You think with a 2 hour delay, 2 hour rain delay, you would think that the Nationals would do something, anything, to show that you haven't given up on the season. Okay, who am I bullshitting? Yeah, right now they're at the top of the eighth now, and the Marlins are leading 3-0. So it looks like they're going to wind up sweeping this series. God, it's an obscenity. The whole thing starts Tuesday night because Steven Strasburg had one of his meltdowns. Or I should say it's a rarity. I said I said at the start of the year, while he was still getting his career off the ground at Harrisburg, I had said it was going to be days when you weren't going to see Steven Strasburg at the top of his game. And Tuesday night was, pretty much that aberration. I'm not hitting a panic mode here, not until I see what happens Sunday. Maybe this is one of these where this was just an anomaly. You get it together. So, it's not hitting the panic button yet. At least not on that count. But what's happened in this series with the Marlins is just absolute. It's an atrocity. That's all I can tell you, folks. It's an atrocity. Absolute. Abysmal. Abysmal probably isn't the word I can use. Probably more like it's an obscenity what's happened with this play in the field. I'm not talking about what they do at the plate because Ian Desmond had a few home runs, Adam Dunn had one. There's there's something there. But it's all been negated with just sloppy play in the field, lousy pitching from a starting rotation. I don't know. I mean, maybe Scott Olsen got rust too soon. I don't know. But that's where that stands. So we'll just move on, find something else I can get my greedy little hands on. Talking about sports wise. There's this funny story. I swear to you, I heard this morning, and then I heard a little more information this afternoon. If you've not heard this story, it's it's downright laughable. Apparently, I guess it was this yesterday or Tuesday. I forget what day this was. Um, Eagles training camp. Guy shows up. Now, first of all, I should point out that the guy I'm going to mention here and I don't know his name, but he was an invited guest of one of the, some VIP, running some major corporation, Philadelphia, or whatever the case may be. This was an invited guest who did what I'm about to tell you. So, as I said, this was Eagles training camp. Shows up in a Donovan McNabb jersey. A Redskins Donovan McNabb jersey. And the security told the guy, hey, take off the jersey. When I heard this, now as I said, I knew this morning. I didn't know the details until I listened this afternoon, and found out that this was the Redskins jersey he was wearing. And I thought to myself, how anal retentive are you in Philadelphia that you still can't get over this man? You still want to stand there and stick the shiv in McNabb's back, even though, I mean, you were doing it the whole 12 years he was in Philly. Now you want to do it more. Now you want to punish people. So I kept thinking today as I heard this story, and I kept thinking, how can I relate this? How can I equate this? And the only thing I came up with would be to say, if somebody shows up at Redskins Park And again, we'll use the premise of saying it's some high VIP or whatever. And he shows up at Redskins Park and he's wearing a Brian Mitchell Eagles jersey. On the surface, I say, okay, you proved your point. Now, you had your fun, so okay. And somehow, and then my mind started thinking, okay, what happens if somebody shows up at the Kettler Ice Complex, which is there in downtown Arlington? It's a Boston section, Boston Common. It's this big, huge little uh, mall. And on the top floors, you have top two floors, you've got the practice complex for the Capitals. So I was thinking, what if somebody showed up there and they were wearing a Sergei Gonchar Penguins jersey? Now remember, of course, Sergei Gonchar played for the Capitals once upon a time. I would have been of the opinion and said, okay, you've proven your point. Uh, Now maybe you might want to fight for your life. um, I, I just can't see the anal retentiveness here with what happened with this guy with the McNabb jersey. I can't see the anal retentiveness, of like Eagles security or anybody in Philly for that matter. I mean, this just seems to be as though you're so obsessed with wanting to stick it to McNabb one more time that you don't care. I don't know. I honestly can't put my finger on it. It's just so amazing. But while we were on the topic of the Redskins and all, of course, their first preseason game is tomorrow night. They're playing Buffalo. And local interest, I know people in Buffalo might be interested. We'll give you a clue here. Uh, those of you who are Bills fans, you've got a guy there, Arthur Moats. He played at James Madison University, which is in Harrisonburg, Virginia. It's about an hour from where I live. And the guy's good. The Bills actually drafted him. Drafted. It's not one of these unsigned free agent things. They drafted him. And from what we're reading, he's got a pretty decent shot at making the team in some capacity. So it might be fun to watch tomorrow night. It'll be a hell of a lot better watching the Nationals. Believe me. But anyway, at least now we got, a little bit of interest. See what happens tomorrow night. Look at the preseason game. Who gives a fuck about preseason games, really? I really have to ask this. Who really gives a flying fucking hell about preseason games? Oh, well. So that's pretty much about it for the night. My throat's getting dry here. I need to water it down. Among other things, and what the conclusion of this fiasco. So, we are done. I don't know when I'm going to do another one of these videos, so this will have to hold you all for a while. So, as always, as I, friendly for sports nut, blah, blah. Okay, you know the spiel. I hope you do. We will catch up to you when I have a free moment. So, adios, people.